Hey everyone, welcome to Cooking with Taz. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make delicious egg korma. For making this dish, I'll be using hard-boiled eggs. So first I'll cook the hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. So in the Instant Pot, we'll be able to make perfect hard-boiled eggs. So after that, I'll be making an amazing gravy and cook the hard-boiled eggs in it. So guys, let's get started and let's make egg korma. I'll be using hard-boiled eggs for making this egg korma. So I'm going to cook the hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. So I've added 1 cup water to the stainless steel pot and placed the trivet. So now I'm going to place eggs on the trivet. So if you don't have an Instant Pot, you can cook the hard-boiled eggs in a saucepan. So cook the eggs in boiling water for a few minutes. Close the Instant Pot with the lid. I'm using Instant Pot Ultra model, so it has an egg setting. So selecting the egg setting, set the time to 5 minutes at high pressure. If you don't have egg setting, you can select pressure cook setting and set the time to 5 minutes at high pressure. So 5 minutes of cooking has completed. So I'm going to let the pressure release naturally for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of natural pressure release, let's do a quick pressure release. So let the pressure release completely. Let's open the lid. So here are the hard-boiled eggs. So it's very hot, so be careful. So I have a bowl of cold water here. If you have ice cubes, you can add that. Immediately, let's plunge the eggs into the cold water or ice bath. So this will stop the cooking process. So please don't skip this step. So let's keep the eggs in the cold water for 5 minutes. For making the perfect hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, we need to follow the 5:5:5 formula, which is 5 minutes of pressure cooking followed by 5 minutes of natural pressure release and then 5 minutes of plunging the eggs in cold water. So it's been 5 minutes. So next I'm going to peel off the egg shells. These eggs have cooked perfectly, so it's not that hard to peel off the eggs. It will come off pretty easily. I have shelled all the eggs and placed them in a bowl. So next I'm going to rinse the eggs under running water. So there will be tiny particles of shells attached to the eggs. So we need to get rid of that and wash them properly. Here are the perfect hard-boiled eggs that's cooked in the Instant Pot. Next step is to add some spices to the hard-boiled eggs and let it marinate for a few minutes. So into a bowl, I'm going to add ½ teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. So this is a mild chili powder with intense red color. If you prefer, you can also add regular chili powder, and I have added a few pinches of turmeric powder and ½ teaspoon garam masala, followed by ½ teaspoon salt. Next, going to add 1 tablespoon water, very little water, to make into a thick paste. So mix it well. Before applying this paste over the eggs, I'm going to add some lines, a couple of lines on the eggs, so that way the spices will get into the eggs. So gently add a couple of lines. Coat the paste all over the eggs. Keep this aside. Next, let's make the gravy for making egg korma. So I have placed the saucepan over medium heat, adding 1 tablespoon coconut oil, or you can add any kind of oil. Adding 1 dried bay leaf, 3 whole cardamoms, 2 whole cloves, 1-inch slice whole cinnamon, 1 whole mace. So if you don't have mace, you can totally skip it. These are the aromatic whole spices. So let's saute for 30 seconds. Don't burn the whole spices. Adding 2 yellow onions roughly chopped. So after cooking the onions with other ingredients, we'll be making this into a ground paste. So just roughly chop them. Season the onions with half teaspoon salt and cook the onions till they turn translucent. Next, adding 2 cloves garlic and 2-inch slice fresh ginger. So give everything a good mix and let's cook this for a couple of minutes. Adding 2 green chilies halved. So this is going to be a mild dish. So if you want this to be spicy, you can add more green chilies based on your heat level. So the onions have turned translucent. Next I'm going to add 2 tomatoes chopped. Saute the tomatoes and onions for 2 minutes. Next, adding half tablespoon poppy seeds. So here I'm adding white poppy seeds. If you have black poppy seeds, you can add that. And if you don't have poppy seeds, you can totally skip it. Next, adding 1/4 cup cashew nuts. You can also add almonds instead of cashew nuts. So give everything a good mix and let's cook this for a couple of minutes. So this has cooked well. So let's remove the pan from the heat. So we don't have to cook till the tomatoes have mashed up. This is pretty good. So after the onions, tomatoes have cooled down, next I'm going to add this to a blender jar and we are going to grind this to a smooth paste. So discard the bay leaf and keep that aside. So going to add to a blender jar. Next, going to add 3 tablespoons coconut milk. So the coconut milk that I have here is thickened coconut milk. So adding 3 tablespoons of that. If you have thin coconut milk, just add half cup of that. Adding 1 cup water. And next, let's grind this to a smooth paste. Here's the well-ground onions, tomatoes, cashew nuts, poppy seeds, and coconut. So keep this aside. So we have done all the prep work. So next step is to pan fry the marinated hard-boiled eggs. So I've placed a pan over medium heat, added 1 tablespoon coconut oil. So we don't have to add a whole lot of oil. We're just going to slightly pan fry the hard-boiled eggs. So next, place the marinated hard-boiled eggs on the oil. We are going to slightly pan fry the eggs, so don't have to deep fry. Using a tongue, flip the eggs over. So let all the sides pan fry. I have pan fried the eggs for 5 minutes, so this looks good. Let's transfer the eggs to a bowl. Next, let's do the final cooking. So we are going to use the same pan and don't discard this oil. So this oil is flavored with all the spices. So we are going to next pour the ground onion tomato mixture to the oil. So it has thickened. So I'm going to use a spatula and mix it up. And then we can pour the ground mixture onto this oil. There is some splashing happening right now, so I have covered the pan with the lid. So the ground paste will be stuck to the blender jar, as you can see. So I have added 1.5 cups water and then rinse the blender jar and add that water to the pan. This is a thick gravy, so I'm going to add 1/4 cup more water to thin this down. Let's add around 1 teaspoon salt or based on your needs. So give it a good mix. Next, let's add the pan-fried hard-boiled eggs into the gravy. Adding half teaspoon garam masala. If you want this to be spicy, you can also add some chili powder. So I've added half teaspoon chili powder. If you don't want it, you can skip it. So give it a good mix. So cook this covered for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of cooking, the gravy has started to boil. So lower the heat and let's cook this for 2 more minutes over low heat. So finally, let's garnish this with 1/4 cup chopped cilantro. So remove the pan from the heat. Let's serve the hard-boiled egg korma into a bowl. This is a rather thick gravy and this gravy tastes amazing. So since we have marinated the hard-boiled eggs and pan-fried it, even the eggs taste delicious. It has lots of flavor in it. For a beautiful presentation, I'm going to place some cilantro leaves. Here is our delicious egg korma or hard-boiled eggs cooked in an amazing gravy. So the gravy tastes really delicious and this can be served along with chapatis, rotis, naans or even with rice. So guys, do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more cooking videos. Until then, happy cooking, take care and bye.